Late Minister in the Presidency, Jackson Mthembu, is being hailed as a lifelong champion of democracy and champion. He joined the liberation struggle as a student and served the governing party until his last days. Mthembu will be sent off with an official state funeral on Sunday, that's tomorrow, and a memorial service will be held on Monday. eNCA's Siphamandla Goge is in the hometown of Emalahleni. Now, Siphamandla, of course, a lot of people very saddened this week about the passing of Minister Mthembu. I know that we've spoken to the family there in Emalahleni. What are they saying about how they feel about this loss?
Still devastated, but they are grateful for the support that they've been getting from South Africans. They say it has given them at least some hope and comfort during this difficult time. Let me tell you that earlier on there was confirmation that the memorial service, which was set for today in Pretoria, has been postponed to Monday. It will be addressed by the Deputy President, David Mabuza. He will deliver the tribute there on Monday, but it was meant to be today. It's no longer happening today, but the funeral service is still going ahead tomorrow, which is Sunday, and President Cyril Ramaphosa will deliver the eulogy at Mr. Jackson Mthembu's funeral. But family members here behind me, they are saying they are still devastated. We spoke to Jackson Mthembu's brothers, and one brother, Michael, did tell us that they still feel that, they are still trying to come to terms with the passing of Mr. Jackson Mthembu. It's something they didn't expect. They say he was a pillar of strength for the family. Let's listen to Michael Mthembu explaining about his brother.
We've been hit below the belt. But with all the support that we got from the government and the people of South Africa and the condolences messages that we've received, we slowly gaining strength. We can see that we are not alone in these trying times. We've got all the support from, as I've said, from government, from the community, South Africa in general. So we are very, very grateful as a family to have this support during this trying time.
I mean, Sipa, a lot of us in the journalism industry have described Minister Jackson Mthembu as someone who was funny. He had a wit to him. Every time you asked him tough questions, he'd always find a way to make all of us laugh, especially during his days when we'd speak to him at Luthuli House. Was he the same? What's the family saying? Was he the same funny man within the family?
Indeed, that is the same Jackson Mthembu they've described to us today. Yesterday, they were unable to basically pay tribute to him. They were too devastated. They were too emotional. But at least today, his brother Michael was able to speak to us. He has found some courage. He says that is due to the support that they are getting across the country. They have been able to come strong, or to be strong and be able to pay tribute to him. He has described him as a great man, as a loving man. He says he prioritized family over everything, even though he was a busy man, particularly with his deployment to the cabinet. He says even though he was not physically present at all the time, but he was in touch with the family, making sure that everyone was okay. He was a pillar of strength. He was always in a jovial mood, cracking jokes. That's how his brother has described him. Listen to him.
He was a glue that hold the Mthembu family together. At any time, if there was something that was there in the family, he was the first person to be there. Whatever problems that we experience in our lives as individuals, this is the person that you will think of and say, if I speak to this person, this is the person that can give me guidance. This is the person that will listen to whatever problem that you have, and at the same time give you guidance to say, if this problem is like this, I think this is what you can do to alleviate whatever the problem you're having. And this is the person that showed us as the young ones in the Mthembu family that family is the most important thing. And he didn't just say that, he also led by example. As I've said yesterday, that he was not always there at home with his kids because of maybe the work that he was doing. But if he's around, you'll feel his presence. That's how Jackson was, and he will be remembered by the family. He was a jolly person, always joking, cracking jokes, laughing. Yeah, that's basically how he will be remembered by the family.
Definitely the Jackson Mthembu that we would know here in the journalism industry. But Siphamandla, Jackson Mthembu was also one of those, especially during the time when he was chief whip, he was one of the first people to denounce the corruption within the ANC. He also passes away now while the party is still trying to deal with itself being in disarray. But do you know who exactly in terms of the ANC will be attending probably tomorrow or speaking at the funeral tomorrow?
According to the family and the presidency, President Cyril Ramaphosa will definitely be attending. He will deliver the eulogy. Yesterday, some NEC members visited the family to pay their respects. We saw Dr. Gwen Ramahupa coming. There were also provincial and regional leaders here in Mpumalanga who came out to support the family. But remember, all of this is happening under difficult times and circumstances of COVID-19 regulations. So you wouldn't have too many leaders. Ordinarily, you will have almost all leaders of political parties coming here to pay their respects. Remember, when we're doing tributes, we got messages of condolences and tributes from almost all leaders of political parties. They all say one thing. They say they worked well with Mr. Jackson Mthembu when he was the chief whip of the ANC in parliament. They say he was able to embrace even those political parties that he did not agree with their views, policies and principles, but he had to work with them very well. So some ANC leaders will be coming here today, we are told. But remember also the ANC has an NEC Lekgotla, which includes top leadership, alliance partners, deployees of ANC to national, provincial and local government spheres. So most leaders are attending that NEC Lekgotla meeting of the ANC. But around 12 or between 12 and 1, we are told that some leaders will be coming here. Senior ANC leaders will wait and see who those leaders will be. But I can tell you that tomorrow, President Cyril Ramaphosa will eulogize Jackson Mthembu.